everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Banished. So, let's start up the clock here. 1x. While we discuss some things here. And we are developing quite wide, I would say. We are roughly, well, let's see. We have 29, almost 30 citizens here. We have 5 laborers and 4 builders, which is actually something we can very comfortably support due to the choice of buildings, of course. In terms of food, we started with this hunting blind here, producing roughly 640 duck meat every season, and we added this rice planter here, coupled with this rice farm, because of course this rice planter needed a little bit of rice to get going. And this rice farm doesn't require anything to get going. It just produces rice right away. So that's pretty good. Let's check our charts very quickly. Yeah, we are seeing a population boost here. That's nice. Both health and happiness are steadily rising here. That's good. Nobody's clothed, nobody's educated. That's something that we need to change very quickly. Food is okay-ish. Seems to be stagnating somewhat. Let's have a look at it. Yeah, we are only mildly outproducing, so that may be an issue that is developing here. Our logs are doing fine. Stone is okay. Firewood is hitting a little bit of a snag here, so we see it's summer. So let's set this fuel limit all the way up here. Let's pump it up to 1,000. We can still upgrade out of that building, should we feel that we need to. Alright, tools are okay, sitting at pretty at 100. So yeah, I think for the most part we're doing good here. Food is really something that we may want to look at, because we are growing very, very quickly. Yeah, let's keep this at 1x here. Is this road done? Yes, it is. So, let's see. What can we do? What should we do? Let's first of all get rid of this one. Let's get rid of this whole thing here. Did we delete it? Now we did. Cool. We did add a few more foresters, so at the moment we are also working the apricot forester. We were already working the apple forester, and we added a cherry forester as well as a fig forester right here, and we may as well complete this grape forester right here. And that means that we, in time, are gonna need to add one more of these beautiful orchard gatherers right here. How are they looking? Is that good? May want to add one more to each actually. Let's add one gatherer for each. That should lower our... Wait, hold on. What's going on here? Two out of 2. 2 out of 2. What is causing this person? A farmer? No, we don't have a need for a farmer. Oh, that was most likely this rice farmer right here. Alright, cool. So let's get this rice farm torn down. And hopefully now that we added 2 more gatherers, this food is going to increase a little bit here. And in the meantime, let's make sure that this is working properly here. And let's start carving out 18 by 18 blocks. And I apologize, this may not be the most entertaining content out there, but I only have to do it once, so that's okay. And it's gonna pay off huge dividends, hopefully. 18. Yeah, okay. Let's do it right there. 18 right there. 18 right there. then. Let's get rid of you. And now that I have that road, that should allow me to complete this whole section right here. Yep. 18 by 18. And this should do it. Correct? That looks good. Awesome. Now let's re-grab that market. Actually, let's do something in a little bit of a different order here. So let's do this. 16. Right there. And hopefully our market is gonna fit right in there. I may be wrong. It's not gonna be the first time. Boom. That should do it. Central market. And you know what? Let's complete it too. We have 170 stone. That should do. I think we even created a little bit of lumber just for the occasion. Yeah, that's looking fine. Should we add a house here? Yeah, let's do it as soon as that central market is complete. So let's bump the gameplay up to 5x here. For laborers, for builders, we have 2 more gatherers right here. Yeah, we don't really need all these laborers and builders. Let's start assigning them to where we see opportunities here. May even want to get a road here right in the middle. Just so our let's see, what's it called? Orchard Gatherer. So we can place it right there. Now let's hope I build this road in the right length here. 18. Sure. Okay. Let's add 1 more gatherer. Yeah, somewhere around here. That should do it. More laborers flowing in. That's pretty cool. Yeah, food is not done showing its strength, so that is excellent news also. Logs are going very nicely. Stone is okay. Iron 2. Firewood. Yeah, firewood. I think it may be time for a second upgrade. So, did we already hit the log limit? Let's make this 2,000. Let's go insane. 2,000 logs. No problem. So, let's do a little bit of a throwback here. Let's look at what we have been doing so far, because we have been building non-stop. And although that is a lot of fun, we do need to take a breather every now and again. And I think this may be a good time to do so. So overall, we have been building lots of food buildings, already properly discussed. We have 2 hunting blinds, we have a lot of rice. Speaking of rice, let's remove these pieces also. Okay, that was stupid. Of me. Let's try to restore what we just destroyed. Right there. And let's build a couple more of these rice planters here. And food, as we are looking right now, yeah, it is showing a lot of strength here. So that was the first of the critical issues, or excuse me, the critical resources. And the second one was this stored firewood here. Now we have plenty of logs coming in, at least I'm guessing. Yeah, that's looking good. And we have already upgraded from our Celtic chopper to this proper sawmill here. But we could also look to go even more crazy, right? So we could, let's see, where's this apricot forester? We could look to add an upgraded building, or the sawmill 2.0, so to speak. That may be very good. So let's see, where is that? It's been a long time since I played this game. Let's see, fuel refinery, char burner, small fuel refinery. No, that's not what we're looking for. Stacks burner. That's really what we want here. This stacks burner is gonna go crazy because it can produce fuel, but the fuel it will be producing, it's not gonna be firewood, because it's gonna be charcoal. So that's gonna be a whole lot better here. Now you see this red ring around it? That's basically the ring that gives us a notification that we do not want to have any people within the ring. So this way, if we were to place it like this, only this house is going to be in it. These ones are going to be just outside of it, so hopefully they will not have as much problems dealing with the stacks burner, because this is really an unhealthy and unhappy radius here. We need to be very careful with people that are going to be living in here, because it's extremely unhealthy, but it is the most powerful fuel building, and don't quote me on that, but I think it is. It's just as overpowered as the hunting blight as well as the rice planter here. Yeah, this is a mess. Hopefully we can clean it up. Alright, how are these looking? Not so good. Yeah, let's go back to 2 builders, 5 laborers. Yeah, this is really, really inefficient. Very much. I think before we do this, because it's just way too far, we can only start working for a few moments here before tiring and having to go back. So let's add 1 wooden house right here. And let's give it a little bit priority. Now the reason that I'm doing this, and I'm repeating myself, is that this wooden house will allow laborers to work here. Meaning that if a laborer already works here, it's going to have to not travel as much. So I'd rather have a laborer and or builder live here. Citizens without homes. What is going on? So I'd rather have a laborer and a builder or a builder live here, and being constantly able to work this central market instead of the laborers and or builders living all the way here, because that's a long commute. That is terrible. Okay, how come somebody is homeless here? Well, whatever it is, they are indeed homeless. So that means we're gonna need more housing. And we can do that without too much issue. Right there, 3 homes. No problems, no problems. Okay, looks good. And let's add a few homes here also, because we did set all these foresters to work. Let's check to see, where do they live? Yeah, not too close by. Yeah, that's okay. But I'm gonna need more houses here. Right there. So that's 5 additional houses here. That is something. Yeah, so we are producing lots of things here. Homes, families. It's okay, but we grew very quickly. Yeah, our population is really taking off here. Now our happiness is going down. That's not so good. That means we may want to build a church and or some luxuries. Firewood. It's a little scary. Early summer. Ooh, wow. I think I may want to add one more person, just to make sure things do not get out of hand here. Because this is not looking very encouraging. I need more people to create more firewood. But as soon as we complete this stacks burner, we're not going to have any problems. Health is also still okay. Yeah, no clothing. No clothing, no education. I think those may be the two that we're going to have to deal with first. Or maybe mining. Still haven't built a trading depot yet. Okay, we have one stockpile done. Yeah, this is taking a long time here. But that's to be expected. So let's increase priorities on these houses here. Now that we have at least one stockpile ready. And that should speed things up considerably here. How much lumber do we have? 82. And we need 85. So yeah, that's not going to be enough. Which means... oh, the screen is getting pretty cluttered up. Let's create a little bit more lumber, just to make sure that we do not stunt any of our production projects here. And I only need like 20 or 30 or so, so it doesn't need to be too much. But it produces quite quickly, as you'll see. 24 already. Especially with that second person in there. Let's try and have it hit 30. Oh, awesome. Now you can go back to firewood. Thank you, sir. You have been most helpful. 7 laborers. Oh, goodness. I like that. So yeah, 2 builders live in here right now. That's awesome. Food is breaking 3,000 here. Still looking good. Second house. Gatherer is in there. How come? No need for that funny business. Let's move these two right here. Orchard gatherer. Right there. Oh, let's leave you be for now. Let's finish all this construction first. We are still working up this mini workshop. How cool is that? First building we put down. That's so nice. Or perhaps the second building, but you know what I mean. 5 hearts. 4.5 stars. Yeah, we are looking good. Another house done. And now that we have all these houses here, yeah, builders, laborers, and builders, and this gatherer here for some reason. But now we should be able to finish that central market very quickly. See how much ground we have already covered. Ain't that great? I like that. Let's add a few more wooden dogs. One at a time. Because as I recall, that was quite scary, doing multiple at a time. Dog worker has died of old age. Alright. And we are upgrading really, really quickly. How many homes and families do we have? 17 to 14. Which means that we should not be hesitant to build a few more houses here. So let's build one more. Just one more log cabin. Well, we can do a couple actually. Yes, let's do 3. Let's go insane. 3 log cabins here. One for a laborer and or a builder. One for this gatherer right here. And one for this grape forester. And being that we're so comfortable on laborers, let's assign one person to work there also. Alright, it's early spring. Ooh yeah, and we burned through a lot of the firewood. So this may be a good example here. Let's go to the graphs. Food is very strong. Firewood, yeah, we're using a lot of firewood. So let's have them stop working in the sawmill. 2 people actually. And let's work those 2 right here. This stacks burner here. And we're gonna make charcoal out of 5 logs. And let's keep a close eye on how much fuel we can make here. It's gonna be off the charts. Absolutely insane. And this is the stacks burner is basically the last step towards creating efficient fuel. Nothing is more efficient than the stacks burner. So in terms of late game upgrades, we're already there, at least in terms of fuel. Alright, we're still finishing up the central market, a few log cabins here and there. Silly little piece, let's put it right here. And let's add a second rice planter as soon as we can. Pretty cool. So get these log cabins sitting right here. And so far, I'm thinking, well, I think we shouldn't call it perfect strategy because that's kind of arrogant, no? And I do not want to come across as arrogant, absolutely not. But I think we are doing better than the seasons previously here. Now we've learned a lot of things, but I can't say we have ever been so comfortable in terms of laborers and builders. And the only thing we needed to do is tweak our food supply and keep a close eye out on this herbalist here. Because the herbalist is of course the major driver in terms of food, or excuse me, health, and food is the second. And we've always built an herbalist very early on, but we may have relied a little bit too much on hunting blinds here, causing the people to be, well, I wouldn't say only able, but for the vast majority of their food, be reliant on protein. And with these handy little foresters here, orchard foresters, we have been able to get a lot of fruit in there. And not only that, we are also giving a lot of rice to our people here. So that is very, very nice. And I think this makes the game a lot more enjoyable too, because we have so much room to maneuver here. Let's see, yeah, this central market is taking sweet time. But it's also a very, very large building. Our cabin finished up. Now that you're in there, let's just make use of these gatherers. Do we have 2 gatherers? In each? Yes, we do. So we can even be a little nonchalant here, in the sense that, should we add 2 laborers in here? I like that, instead of constantly having to manage fewer laborers. It just makes the game a lot more smooth. At least that's my opinion. Come to think of it, we may even want to get a market right here. That may not be a bad idea. Not a large one, just a small one. Because a lot of people do live here. Yeah, let's grab a small market right here. We're We're so comfortable on laborers. Let's just do it. Now, let's try to get some priority here. 64 stone. We should have plenty of stone. Now the reason that I'm giving a little bit of preference to this central market is the fact that these 3 houses are a long way removed from where they need to be. So this storage barn is all the way here, right? That's very far away. Now as soon as we get the central market open, we can get a merchant in there. Or vendor, what are they called? Vendor? Yes, a vendor. And they'll be picking up whatever it is that people are gonna need. And he's gonna do that for everyone in the circle here. So that's gonna be very, very efficient. Oh, our dog piece is done. Let's add another one. Right here. Boom. How many barns are we at? 4? Yeah, 4. Still going. Oh, this small market. Ended up being finished a lot quicker than the central market. Okay, let's assign one person to work there. And let's keep a close eye on its inventory here. See? This vendor goes out and takes whatever it is that the people that are going to be living here need. So they can be bringing tools, they can be clothing, if we were to have any of those. Food, whatever it is they need, they'll have it here. And now it's late autumn, so let's have a look at our firewood. See that spike? That is the power of this charcoal burner right here. It is insane. It hit 1,000 very quickly. Now let's do something a little silly here. And let's grab this fuel limit and let's pump this up to 5,000. So that's going to be way more than we need. But we are going to use this charcoal to purchase things from any traders that should come our way. If we have an actual trade post, that is. Yeah, we used 350, so we can comfortably survive on that. Here we go, central market. I wouldn't say it's easy, because this took a long while to produce, but this is going to open up a whole lot of avenues here. So let's set you to 1-2. Let's add one more vendor, one for the central market, and one for this smaller market right here. That should do it. Now that that is finished up, let's add another one of these rice planters here. It's difficult to see. Right there. Easy. How much are you producing? Yeah, it's okay. Not too much though. Not too much. And I think it may be time to start closing up this road right here. Gravel road. 17, 18. Is this 18? Yes, it is. Wait, is that? Should overdo it. Too much? I'm sorry. Alright. measure out 18 right there. 18. 18. Boom. Cool. And now we can start to add add a school here, because that has been severely lacking for a very, very long time here. Cool. Alright. But we are closing in on the end of this episode here. Let's grab this rice planter, make sure we don't forget. And I'm guessing we're gonna need an herbalist there too, yeah. Let's get that, because we have 5 hearts right now. Let's at least get the herbalist in here, right? Do we have the roads here? Right there. And well, now that we're gonna place down the herbalist, let's do it. And it's gonna be right here. Health. Herbalist. Now I might want to change this herbalist out for an apothecary later, but for now let's grab it. Herbalist. Actually, let's switch that around. So let's grab a school first. I'm so tempted to go college. Where is it? But I don't have the iron. No, let's go the route that we know is gonna work. So let's get a 1-room schoolhouse right here. And let's get a herbalist right there. Now with a little bit of luck, maybe if we speed it up very quickly, we should be able to complete these 3 buildings in no time. And that is going to be a very good ending to this episode, I would think, because we have comfortably, very comfortably, completed the central market, and this is going to allow for our actual city. So we have a lot of support here, and this is basically in lieu of a forest node, so to speak. So we don't have a forest node, but we have a small forest village here. Or actually, right here. So it's an extended version. I think it's a lot more heavy on the footprint, but I think it's a lot better than the standard issue forest node, I would say, because it produces a lot more food, a lot more different types of food, and look at how good we're doing on the laborers and the builders. I'm so glad this plan came together. I wouldn't have thought it had such a big impact, but I've never been so comfortable in terms of laborers and builders. This early on in the game, that is. Let's check our firewood real quick. Yeah, we use up a lot. Food is still kicking off, that's great. Health and happiness are kicking back up, that's good too. And we haven't even started our church yet, nor any luxury. Yeah. I do think we may need to start mining rather quickly too, because our tools, or excuse me, our minerals are getting quite low. Now we can still grab a few here and there, and that is fine, but at some point we will be running out of all the ore that we can mine off the surface. Labor, builder, and defender lives here, of course. Yeah, I see all this material here. That is crazy. Whatever they're producing anywhere, you can purchase it right there. Defender took care of that. How much rice do we have, actually? A lot of apples, that's good. 200 rice. Oh, we're burning through rice rather quickly. Oh, we have no lumber. let's create a little bit of lumber. It's a little sloppy, should have paid attention to that. But now that we are working off this text printer here, it's so good. I really forgot about the sawmill right there. The herbalist should be completed though. Let's hope a builder can get to there soon. Yeah, most builders are still working on the roads though. Boom. Herbalist. Let's assign someone there right away. Because this marketplace is very good. I'm not even sure it does have herbs, but it cannot dispense herbs. So therefore, whoever lives in this neighborhood is gonna have to visit the herbalist here. Lumber. Let's have one person working there. That's gonna be fine. Alright, awesome. Let's slow down here. And let's do this next episode here. Alright. So yeah, again, we have been expanding like our life depended on it. But it's going quite good, I would say. Right? Let me know what you think. If you think we've forgotten something, if you would like to see anything, just let me know in the comments and we can discuss it. I really appreciate the back and forth, as you know. But yeah, we are looking okay. Alright. Well, with that being said, I'd like to thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And hopefully see you in the next episode too. Thanks everyone.